Alright, what up YouTube? So this is quite a way, honestly like 2 weeks since I've worked on the car. I know, well, worked on the car on camera. I ran into an issue where I was doing some other work on the car and I needed to raise the motor, and I ugga-dugga a bolt right here way too tight and snapped the bolt inside the block. So I couldn't get the bolt out because it was too deep for me to get any bite on the bolt and try to pull it out. Well, thankfully, I have a welder here, and my neighbor and I, because I don't know how to TIG weld, MIG weld, I don't know how to weld at all. Well, my neighbor is a welder slash fabricator and has a shop, and I was able to set up a welder out here. He came out here, and him and I actually got this done today. It was just aligning everything, our schedules and equipment, getting it running. So it took forever to get that bolt out. But I mean, we got the TIG welder fired up and we got it out in first try. So we're back on this now. I can start working on this, getting the timing belt. This should have taken me one day, but it has taken me forever to get done. This is way longer than it should have. So we're gonna go ahead and get cranking on this.
It's mass throttle, driving fast, taking control. Well, yeah.
I probably should put some gasket material and stuff on this, but I'm dumb and I'm not. So this gasket goes only one way. So it looks like we're gonna keep turning. It looks like it goes not like that, that's for sure. Looks like it goes, that looks about right, but those holes don't quite line up, huh? Let's keep spinning. Alright, so these get torqued down to 16 plus or minus 1 foot-pounds. These are inch-pounds, so I just did 16, right? So 16, or inch-pounds. So 12 times 16 puts you at 192, so I'm just going to do 190 inch-pounds. Alright. Very sad day. I paused the video to climb under, or jack up the car, climb underneath, to see, but I have the shielding, or the like plastic cover underneath, and I couldn't even see the timing belt, so it doesn't even matter. And when I did that, I kicked the bucket that the camera's on, or the phone is on, and the plug-in for my microphone broke. So now I don't have a mic, so now I need to go buy a whole nother mic. So hopefully the audio is okay for right now. Yeah, we are going to keep continuing on, because I think that's what the microphone would have liked. Not really, but yeah, I think, I'm curious to know if I can get maybe a little bit more tension on that. Maybe, we'll see, let's see. And then maybe that's what will get me the final. But I feel like I should have more play than I do, personally. Let's see, I got my camera and my light. Rotate the crank twice, which will also rotate the cam gear. I'll go ahead and rotate that 2 full turns, and then I'll undo the tensioner, and then should be good. Or is it undo the crank or undo the tensioner, then yeah. Well, you know what, I'm gonna do it 2 and 2. Boom. We're just gonna do that. 22 wrench. By the way, this whole part right here might not even be necessary. Do the bolt up here. I told you guys I would remember that. So it says it's 60, I'm still not even in the frame. It's 65 Newton meters. So to foot-pounds, it was like, I think it was like 47 and some change. So I just times that by 12. I got 564. So I went up to 565 inch-pounds. I don't think that 1 inch-pound is going to hurt it. I'm going to grab a 22 millimeter wrench to hold down while I torque this. I should hopefully be able to do both while holding it. If not, I'll put it up against something. Alright, there's that. And boom. There we go. Too easy. We're done with that. So now we can start throwing stuff back together, I guess. So from there, I can put the pulley back on, but I also have to put that cover back on. I need to remember to put that cover back on. So I will go grab that because I'm still painting some parts, like the covers and everything here. And then I guess while I'm letting that dry, I'll take this off, because I'm going to have to take out the thermostat, and I think I want to remove this whole thing. I need to see if I have a gasket for it, but I want to remove this whole thing and just kind of clean it up. There's a lot of corrosion, and it's starting to eat away at it. And my biggest thing on why I'm trying to clean up all this stuff is just so I can get rid of that corrosion so it doesn't continue to eat away at it. So let's go ahead and try that. I've seen in videos, if if you remove this whole housing, you have to remove the fuel cell. I'm gonna really try not to have to do that because I don't have gaskets and O-rings and all that for the fuel injectors. So, okay, let's get to it. Cool. This is one of the parts that I painted. I'll be honest, like I'm not a professional painter, obviously. I'm just use a spray can, but it came out way better than it came out. So it came out better than when I took it off. How about that? There we go. So it's going in better than it came off. Boom. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and fit this up. And this is where the timing mark is. This has to go on before the pulley. So this will go on. It'll slide right over like that. I got a nut on here. This will go, and this only goes, you got all your 6 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you have your keyhole. And the keyhole will make sure that this is lined up in timing, which I just put that cover on, so it should go right there. Out of timing. What is this? Oh. Well, shit balls. Interesting. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and spin this around a little bit more and see if, because I know it takes a little while to get those lined up. So I'm going to spin that around one more time to make sure that is still timed. There should be no way that it's out of timing. At least I don't think there should be. It's in that keyhole. Okay, it's coming up. It should be between the 0 and the T. Right there. Alright, that is not in timing at all. Coming again. At this moment, it should line up with the tick mark right there. Back up. That should be on timing. And no, I don't think we are. All right, I guess I don't know if I just panicked too early or what, but so the line, the arrow was right on the line. The crank, when I pulled the balancer back off, the crank was lined up with the little notch. I put this back on, I adjusted it a little bit, and now we're perfect. So we're still in time. I knew that we wouldn't be out of time. That was just really weird how that happened. But now we're gonna go ahead and install all the new bolts and get stuff torqued down and get to working on it. So it looks like it was 35 foot-pounds, or basically 300 foot-pounds of torque. I'll go ahead and set my torque wrench to that. I'll put the pulley on. As I put the damper on, now I need to put the pulley. Set those right there. I don't think there's really too much orientation for this. I really should have cleaned this up, to be honest, because that just looks, you know what, I think I'm going to clean this up a little bit. Alright, while that pulley is drying, because I'm painting it right now, I decided to go ahead and paint it black. While that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and start removing this water pump. I do need to look and see if I have a gasket for the actual whole thing. I know I have a gasket and thermostat for right here. But yeah, I want to see if I have the whole thing, because I really want to pull the whole thing and clean it up. I mean, you can see how dirty it all looks. So we'll get to that. I'll see if I have a gasket. I might just go ahead and order one, but I really want to get this car back together. So we'll go ahead and remove this first while we're here. Alright, so it looks like I do not have a gasket for the actual housing, but honestly, at this point, I think I'm just going to say screw it. I'm going to just go ahead and do it anyways and remove it, just because I want to clean it up really bad and paint it and make it look nice, because this is going to make everything else look so dingy. So we're going to go ahead and remove these two hoses, and I'm going to remove these fittings, because I think if I remove these fittings, then I will be able to clear the fuel rail and I can just pull it straight out. So far, for my second video, I've been letting you guys and myself down on filming and trying to document the journey of the E30. I've gotten a lot done, which is good, but I didn't document any of it since the last video, right? Or since the last clip, right? So you're gonna see that I've gotten a lot done on the car, and I didn't document any of it, unfortunately. I did it on myself with a buddy. Those belts were a pain, and now I know why nobody ever films that on YouTube, of getting the accessory belts on for the E30, because they suck. You really need to stretch them, and I ended up using a paracord while my buddy was able to kind of push them in, and I paracorded it to stretch it and slip it over, and it was, I should have documented it, but it sucked. So since then, I got the alternator, the power steering, the air conditioning back on, the fan and clutch, new KA tuned radiator hoses, put the radiator back in. I'm just gonna go with the new radiator, or the old radiator, instead of replacing it. It looks okay after inspecting it. Like, some of the fins aren't the best, but it'll be fine. As long as the fan works and it pushes water, it'll be good, right? Coolant reservoir back on. Basically everything is back together, except I need to flush the coolant, or not flush it, I need to top off the coolant. I need to do an oil change on the car. I'm gonna replace my oil pan gasket, so that's what we're gonna do right now, because it's leaking. So replace the oil pan gasket, do an oil change, and I need to fix a power steering line that's come loose. I think due to the way you're about to see me lift up the engine and do the oil pan gasket, I think it popped off the line. Maybe not, maybe it's just always been leaking, but we're gonna try to fix that. Top off the power steering fluid, which I'm pretty sure it's just ATF. And then hopefully we will be good to start driving, because I want to get, one, I want to drive it more than just around the block, and two, I want to get some fun driving clips if I can and start experimenting with that. So All right, so I just forgot to hit the remote over there. So we're gonna go up with it real quick. So it's a little loud, but I think I want to go that way actually. So we're gonna bring this down. And we're gonna bring this down. And I want to extend the beam. There we go. That was a little further. There we go. Bring the crate down a little bit. And we're gonna bring it down. Okay, well, hey, that was a little more than I wanted to, but we can still go up top. So hopefully it doesn't do anything too crazy with it. Let's go. There we go. We're up one motor mount, and we got a little play on the other side. So we're gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna climb under the car, take you guys with me, turn this off, and let's see if I have enough room now down there to get the rest of the oil pan bolts out. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. Getting the rest of the bolts, like right over here and right in here. Looks like I should be able to get them off, pull the pan down. Hopefully I can clear the pickup and take it out. So we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. See if we can remove these. I believe they're 10. I already loosened some of them. I believe they're 10. Go ahead and get that out. And I hope the audio's good. I'm leaving the crane run. I'll probably actually go turn the crane off, so it's a little quieter in here. Removed all the bolts from the oil pan and the cover from the oil pan to transmission. There's a metal cover that goes in between there that you have to remove. And there's a ground strap, ground strap, ground cable, ground wire that goes from the oil pan to the frame. It's right here on the frame. So I just ended up undoing it from there on the frame. It was a little bit easier. And then climb underneath and unplug the plug or the sensor. And then for the transmission or the cover, looks like this. I'm gonna clean this up before I put it in. And I don't think I'm gonna paint it. I think I'm just gonna clean it up. It doesn't really need to be painted. And then I'll know when I put it back all together if I have a leak or not, instead of not knowing if it's residuum or an actual leak. So the bolts to the oil pan were 10 millimeter, and then the bolts to the cover were 13, and then like a e-torque or a ram. If we climb underneath, we can go ahead and should be able to just pull the oil pan right out, get it cleaned up and inspect it. So hopefully we pull it and there's not like a billion metal shavings, because that would really suck. Here we go. Hopefully this just comes right out. We're about to find out. Yep, we're already caught on something. Feels pretty free. I wonder if we're getting caught on the wall. Okay. Let's see. That's what it looks like we're getting caught on. And I don't think think I can raise my engine anymore. I might be able to. Let's see. 1 second. Video, it might not actually be that long when I speed everything up, of cleaning the oil pan. It came out pretty decent, better than it did. I do want to paint it, but I'm not going to paint it. I just need to throw it back in there. I really want to just start driving this car again. And look at me, I can't stop. I hope it's clean. Anyways, okay, yeah, we're good. So it turned out way better. I mean, you can actually see that it's silver. It's not black. So that'll be fine. It'll look a lot better for when, if there are leaks, I should be able to tell a lot quicker than, I mean, if it was covered in black, right? So we're gonna go ahead, go down below, clean the gasket off, make sure it's all good to go, and then we'll throw it back in. I'll be honest, I don't know how much you guys can actually even see, because to be honest, I can't really see. Oh, nice. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe as much as I can down, just so I can kind of inspect some things, right? Because while I'm down here, I should be, I am not used to inline sixes, that's for sure. They are so long. Camera angle. I don't know, I just set it up. How do I even begin? So I've been feeling sick and I've worked on the car here and there. The car is going to be in a big difference, not really big different state, but different state than where I left off last time I was doing the oil pan. I had some coworkers come in, kind of interrupt, and so I stopped filming but continued to work. So I got the oil pan in. Hopefully I ended up doing a very small bead of RTV, the cork gasket, I don't really trust the cork gasket, and then a small bead of RTV around the bottom of the engine. So hopefully it wasn't too much RTV with that cork gasket. I just don't really trust cork gaskets. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do some RTV. But I got the oil pan cleaned up, which should be where I left off. Oil pan in, everything's torqued down, and which I believe it was 80 inch-pounds, and I still need to throw in the dust cover, which shouldn't be a big issue. I need to throw in the dust cover still, and right now I just wanted to film because I plan on trying to sort it up. I don't know if it's going to. I feel like I'm missing 1 or 10 things, I don't know. These coil plugs, here, I'm getting in here, right? So these coil plugs don't fit over the spark plug, they just touch. I don't think that's, I know that's not right. Well, maybe it is in older engines, I don't know. But to me, you know, that copper or metal, whatever, sits over the spark plug and makes a really nice seal. We're gonna see how these go. If it runs, I'm sure there's probably 20 things I'm missing right now, and it'll probably sound like crap, just like me. But let's go ahead and fire her up. Timing belt is on completely. I'm gonna top it off with a little bit. We're gonna get running. I'm gonna hit that bleeder valve real quick. And by the way, I am using European Vehicle Blue Peak for the oil. I hit up AMSOIL, extended life. I didn't hit up. I did not hit them up. I've just bought from AMSOIL, extended life, and a Wix filter. So nothing crazy. I mean, it's an old motor, but it should get running right. I need a 8mm. Oh, we are leaking out the. Oh, we're leaking here too. All right, let's try to crank it. Fail. Big fail. You know what? Let's get that out of there for now. I should have done it. That was stupid of me, to be honest. Where did that come from? Where did that come from?
Thunder roll. It smashed